I would say it was my junior year when we beat Penn State on their home turf, and it was a 3-0 shutout for us. We were not ranked at that point, and they were top 10 at least. And we came in there and we were like, it doesn't matter about rankings, and Temple, we want to prove where this program's going. And that was kind of the game for us, that it really did do that.
When was the first time that you started playing field hockey?
It was back in middle school. My cousin actually forced me to play, and I didn't like it for like the first year and a half, and then when I started getting good, I was like, okay, I like this sport. It actually was my club coach. She came up to me and she just told me this one day in high school and was like, you could play Division I and make an impact on that team. And I think from that moment it kind of registered for me that that was a dream for me. And I started working for that from that day on.
So one of the major accomplishments from your Temple career is helping to get the team ranked for the first time in quite some time. What was the feeling like when you got that news?
It was awesome. I mean, for this program and this team to see how much we excelled from my freshman year till my senior year, it was great to be a part of that. Coming in, we were barely winning A10 to leaving with a national ranking. Like, that's what I'm most proud of my experience here.
Getting back to the Big East championship game, you know, you get your rematch against UConn after dropping a tough one on senior day. What were like the emotions going into that game?
I think for us it came down to getting to the Big East Championship was a really big goal of ours, and we knew they were returning national champions, but for us we've always had that mentality that any day anything can happen. At the end of the game it was a little sad, but I also was just honestly still proud of what we did. We came back and we ended up beating Old Dominion, who we lost to earlier in the year, and we got to the Big East Championship, and for Temple University and Temple field hockey, that's a big deal for us. I was speaking to the U.S. assistant coach, and she was setting me up with a semi-pro team over in Holland, and that's still on the table. I'm still training extra hard just to see if I do want to end up taking that path. I'm still currently on the USA indoor team, and there's tryouts coming up again. It's an annual thing, so I'm going to still play for that and keep playing, but I think I'm really starting to turn and wanting to end up on the coaching side of things in the sport. I'm a club coach of a few high schools in the area. I'll get together and play on Key State club coach, so I just took over the head coach of that program right now.
Is there anything that, like just a random fan would be surprised to know about you?
I really enjoy hunting and fishing with my dad in my free time. Not many people would think that, but it's one of my favorite things to do when I go home.
What's the biggest catch you ever got?
I actually got a 9-point when I was in high school, which is a pretty big deal. And I just recently went fishing in Florida and ended up getting a pretty big, huge fish there too, so it's pretty cool.
Nice. Let's say 10 years from now, you're coming back and they ask you to speak to the Temple field hockey team. Like, what are you saying to them then?
I think I just would come back and make sure that the culture's still here, and no matter how far this program goes, that they still know where we came from and know where it started, and that we've always been the team that comes out there and Broad Street bullies. Like, at the end of the day, no matter how great we are, we're coming in with that mentality that every team is a challenge and we need to play the best for every team.